Hi everybody, Al Bernstein here with another edition of Quick Hits. And on this video, I'm going to talk about kind of a changing paradigm in the boxing business. Now, we know that there has been a tremendous upsurge of not only boxing activity, but of talented boxers and major fights in the UK. That part of the world has fueled the sport of boxing in a very significant way on many levels. Now we see another development that kind of shows this shifting paradigm to the UK. And that is that Luis Ortiz, undefeated Cuban heavyweight, who has been for the most part fighting here in the United States under the banner of Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, had got himself out of the Golden Boy contract he had and is now signed with Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn's group in England. And it's a pretty interesting sign, in my opinion, because the heavyweight division is very European-centric, very UK-centric, with a changing of the guard in the heavyweight division. And so Luis Ortiz, who was kind of frozen out of major heavyweight fights because of his promotional affiliation, is now with a promotional company that it seems can provide him with better opportunities. And normally we don't see the migration across the pond for fighters to be able to do that. If anything else, it's been oftentimes fighters from the UK coming to the United States because they felt they needed a certain opportunity. Well, for Luis Ortiz, he now goes to a place and a promoter that gives him access to fights with people like Anthony Joshua. Many of the British heavyweights over there, regardless of their affiliation, are more available, the David Hayes, etc. And Eddie Hearn, who took over the mantle of Matchroom Boxing from his father, Barry, has made that organization, I think, even more powerful and more successful than his dad did. And interestingly, his dad, who was a very fine promoter, will be the first one to tell you that his son has maybe taken it to another level. And this signing is intriguing to me because it kind of is I think, reflective of what's happening in the sport of boxing, where the UK is becoming a very, very central location worldwide for the sport. And for Luis Ortiz, it now gives him, I think, a better opportunity to get major fights. And at age 37, this former Cuban amateur star needs to get going in major fights. And so when we look at this, it's not just about Luis Ortiz, it's about the whole landscape of boxing. And I think this was a fascinating development.